Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Manshu and you're watching Weekly Cricket Dose. Today we are back again with another match review, and today we're going to talk about the match happened yesterday between RCB and Rajasthan Royals. It was a run fest over there. The RCB batsmen had a ball game yesterday. They lost 0 wicket and won the match by 10 wickets with I think more than two overs remaining. So that is an outstanding achievement by RCB. We're gonna talk everything important that happened in the match. So let's begin. First things first is Mohammad Siraj. I remember him watching in 2019 and 2020 IPL. He was kind of a guy who used to give every match above 35-40 runs, and here and there you'll get one or two three good balls in a match, or more often than not a good ball even then. And even then he was backed by the team management. I used to wonder what Virat Kohli was seeing in him and why he was getting so much opportunity. When I heard that he's gonna play in India versus Australia Test match, I was quite surprised. Then I did some research and found out that he's an excellent test bowler, and he showed that in Australia series, didn't he? He was the leader of the attack by the fourth test, and he also took first 5 wicket haul in the Gabba test, as we all know. Afterwards, having played international, there was an expectation from Siraj to deliver in IPL as well in shorter formats, and he delivered yesterday and even in the previous matches. He's bowling so accurately with so much confidence. There is like you can see there is a spring in his steps. He's not shying away from responsibilities. You saw in the previous match of RCB versus KKR, he bowled the second last over, 19th over to Andre Russell and kept on nailing those Yorkers at will right into the block hole. Nothing Andre Russell could do about it. That's what international, having played international, does to your confidence. He did very well in the international circuit and carried that confidence into the IPL as well. Yesterday, he was bowling such an immaculate line. In his first over, he gave away 8 runs, one off a streaky boundary and one a good boundary by. In the first over, also, he bowled 4 good balls. In fact, 5 good balls, and one last ball was a bad delivery. And in the second over, Josh Butler tried to disrupt his rhythm by backing away leg side, but he wasn't flustered about that. He kept his cool, ball the line element which he wanted to, and eventually got Josh Butler out. But the ball which impressed me the most was David Miller's ball. That ball tipped in quite a bit, almost reverse swing, hit him on the toe, and David Miller was on floor. He looked like a fool on that ball, mind you. Mind you, in the previous match he already scored 62 runs. Not previous match, 2 matches ago. So he was in a good nick, good form. Even in his international matches against Pakistan, he was playing good. So we know he's in good form. But to get a batsman who is in good form out like that is an outstanding achievement. You have to have a certain level of control on your swing as well, and he showed that. That Yorker was pinpoint Yorker, and nothing Miller could have done about that. Although umpire thought it was bat first, it wasn't to be, and Siraj was sure. They eventually went upstairs, and eventually David Miller was caught out. Bowled out. So that's my takeaway of this match is Siraj's performance. He has grown leaps and bounds. He's now become the leader of the attack, RCB's attack. Moving on to the second point, the batting woes of RR. Rajasthan Royals, apart from the century by Sanju Samson, has been struggling in this tournament till now. In 4 matches they have played, only apart from Sanju Samson, only David Miller could manage a 50. Even in this match, nobody could manage a 50. Top order failed horribly. Sanju Samson, as we have talked about that a lot, that his main area of concern is inconsistency. In this match again, three quick wickets were down. Sanju Samson was playing very good, beautifully, but all of a sudden he lost his wicket. And the onus of the inning now came on to Shivam Dube, who was pushed down the order. If you shuffle the batting position of a batsman, that makes him loses his confidence. But it wasn't the case in yesterday's match. Shivam Dube played beautifully. He scored a 46 run, missed out on a well-deserved half century. Would have been great had he reached there. And the lower order batsmen also chipped in. Tewati had scored 40 runs, and Riyan Parag also. So the main area of concern for Rajasthan Royals right now is that their top order is not firing at all. They have to figure it out. They need to bring someone else. Manan Vora, he has been given four opportunities now this season. He is an experienced player. He has played IPL before. I think he has played above 50 matches and has only three IPL centuries. That is something that is a worrying statistic. So he needs to do something about that. And I think he might be replaced in next match by Yashasvi Jaiswal. In previous edition of the IPL, we saw Yashasvi Jaiswal. He's a good, promising talent, but he needs to be nurtured. He needs to be given chance to fail at least. If you fail at this big stage, you learn from that. And in the previous season, he had some good starts, but he failed. So I'm hoping he had learned his lesson. Now that he is into his second IPL, he must have learned something. And being around so many good players, high caliber players, and under the mentorship of Sangakkara, must have improved his game. So I am expecting that Manan Vora might not get another chance and he might be replaced by Yashasvi Jaiswal. And on top of that, he's a left-hander, so it gives you an added advantage of having a lefty-righty combination at the top of order, which is a very good thing to have. Now on to the third thing, Virat Kohli. When I see Virat Kohli playing those cover drives, those pulls, it automatically brings a smile on my face. Virat Kohli to me is the most perfect batsman I have seen. I know I have seen Sachin Tendulkar bat as well, but I would say Virat Kohli's cover drive is as good as Sachin Tendulkar's straight drive. Those two are the sights to behold in an international cricket. When the ball leaves Virat Kohli's bat right out of the middle, it is a sight to behold. And yesterday he was struggling initially. I remember Devdutt Padikkal was already at 80 runs and he was, I think, 26 or 24 balls, something like that. He was barely striking it over 100. And that's what experience does it to a player. He knew that Devdutt Padikkal is going very good. He's striking the ball cleanly. So he was giving him the strike. He was happy to take the back seat. Remember, Virat Kohli is the biggest name in Indian cricket right now, and he was happy to take the back seat. And he constantly was giving strike back to Devdutt Padikkal, and Devdutt Padikkal was smoking it out, so he didn't feel any need to increase his strike rate. And you will see suddenly after Devdutt Padikkal reached 80, Virat Kohli before that was also struggling a little bit to find middle of his bat. And suddenly he found that with one or two strokes and he was back. By the time Devdutt Padikkal reached hit 100, by the time he scored his next 20 run, Virat Kohli was already 71 or 46 ball. Imagine that he scored almost 40 runs by the time Devdutt Padikkal scored another 20 runs for his century. So that shows that Virat Kohli has another gear in his batting. He is the most adaptable batsman I have seen till now. He can take the back seat as well, and when the time arrives, he can smash those balls as well. And we know that he is not an ugly slogger. He'll play proper cricketing shots. You'll not see an ugly swipe down across the line. You'll see proper cricketing shot down the ground, cover and flicks and all those. So it was a beautiful innings to see. And the last thing was DDP, Devdutt Padikkal. My God, what an innings that was. Devdutt Padikkal is playing his second season of IPL. And the only area of concern for him was that he was criticized for having a low strike rate. He has a strike rate of 121 in the previous IPL, and boy, he was striking, and boy, he proved the critics wrong. He was striking above 200 for the most part of his inning. Only when he was nearing a century, he slowed down a bit, batted a little bit cautiously, and reached the milestone. And even then his strike rate was above 180. So that is a big tick for RCB. RCB in the last season was struggling to get a boost early on, was struggling to take advantage of the power plays. But today, Devdutt Padikkal DDP took proper advantage of power play, and also even afterwards he was going guns blazing. He was hitting the shots all around, and the sounds that was coming from the ball hitting the bat, that was such a pure bat and ball sound. It was sounding like a cracker going off somewhere in distance. That was the most fluent inning I have seen from Devdutt Padikkal. He had an excellent domestic season as well in Vijay Hazare Trophy. He scored on an average of 85 runs or 86 runs, somewhere about that. So he had a good domestic season, and he managed to bring that into his international IPL as well. Because in the previous three matches, he was getting starts but not converting those starts into 50s or 70s or 80. Today he did that, and it was good to see RCB winning by 10 wickets. My second favorite team in this IPL is RCB after Chennai, of course, because since I've lived in Bangalore for more than 5 years, it is like a second home to me. So I tend to be, so I like that team as well. So it was good to see them winning by 10 wickets, because RCB in past have choked sometimes. So it was good to see Virat Kohli and Devdutt Padikkal finishing off the match, ensuring that they win by 10 wickets. They had they had a major boost in their net run rate as well, and they moved to the top of the table. They are the only team till now in IPL 2021 who remains unbeaten. They have won 4 matches out of 4 matches, and they are going absolutely amazing. It's like a dream for RCB fans and RCB team as well. But it is to be seen how they carry this momentum into the tournament, because we have seen that teams doing initially in the first phase of the IPL slows down at the end phase. So they need to maintain that energy level, that hunger to win the first IPL for their fan. It is to be seen that how they goes on. Anyways, guys, that was my review for the match between Rajasthan Royals and Royal Challenger Bangalore. It was a royal affair, but we didn't have a royal contest. It was a one-sided contest. And we'll be back here again with the review of the match between Mumbai and Punjab Kings, supposed to be played on Chennai. Punjab have lost now 3 on a trot, so they'll be itching to get a win. Mumbai has also lost 2 games of the 4 they have played, so they also would want to do better. Mumbai at this point looks a better team than Punjab, so I'm expecting them to win. But in this IPL, you cannot say that this team won't win ever, because on any given day, any team can beat anyone. So it will be another interesting match in Chennai, and I'll be here to bring you all the updates. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'll see you here. This is Himanshu signing off.